YouTube collection today from my car. I just got the Banlist notification. I've not seen a single thing yet. I'm gonna go picture by picture here. I have my hand over the screen so I cannot see a single thing. I'm gonna go absolutely name by name here. I'm so excited. Hopefully we get something promising because the format right now just sucks. And you know, this is so cool to be able to get something new. Let's go over as far left as I can go. Okay, I got Forbidden here. The first one we have is the Torrent Barrier statue. Okay, this is the last thing that I called out when I called the last Banlist mid. I was like, there's a few things we still forgot. So I'm glad to see this is gone. This is good. They banned White Binder. Well, at least I went X1 in my VIP qualifier. I had my last run with Malice. That deck is dead. I don't know what that deck's going to be able to do without White Binder. That's actually crazy. Harold's gone. Thank you so much. I hate that card so much. All right, now decks can actually do what decks want to do without that card just sitting on the end board, being a searcher, a floodgate, and a negate. That card is just degenerate. Featherstorm, they actually did it. Wow. They actually banned Featherstorm. It took them long enough. Thank you. Limited Malulu. Wow, they're really going to start attacking the best deck in the room right now. Okay. Malulu's at 1. Jokel's at 1 too. I was always telling people this was like the best card in that deck. They limited Holy Sue as well? Wow, wow. They showed how much they hated that deck on the last list, and now they're showing how much they hated on this list too. Wow. Snatchy to 1. Whoa. Okay. That's a big hit. That's like a big hit. Habakiri, thank you. Although, I don't necessarily know if this does too much. Being at 1, they still have 3 prayers unless it's underneath this, and I don't see it yet. Because the deck can still function with 1 Habakiri. It does suck they don't have, like, the Arclight for that deck now, because they have, like, the Arclight into, like, the Yummy combo as well. Or Yummy combo into Mitsurugi, rather. But I mean, the deck is still a deck. They're trying to sell the legendary decks of the new year, so I'm not really surprised. This probably doesn't take the biggest hit, but 1 Habakiri is a really good sign. Wow, they limited Caves too. Wow, they just hate Canine cards. Holy. Limited Katu as well. Okay, everyone's tired of Draco Tail. I understand. They semi-droll. Oh, I hate this. Droll is a card that should never be hit. It should always be at 3. Droll is such a good balancing card. Usually when Droll's in the format, Droll's not the problem. And it really keeps in check a lot of these really crazy decks that just aren't played because Droll is in formats, right? Like, a lot of people don't play like Dark World FTK because of the fact that, you know, your opponent probably has Droll in their deck, and throughout a whole day of a tournament, you're going to get Drolled at least 2 or 3 times, right? Which means that you're going to get knocked out at some round. And I feel like Droll is such a good equalizer. I know people will disagree with me, but I don't care. That card just should be in the game. All right, now for the things that are at 3. Black Dragon, sure. Greffer's interesting. I think Greffer is a very good card. It's a very strong card. It's a very good Orcus support. Do I think that it's really going to change a whole lot? Probably not. But it's a very good card. We have Rosin 3, sure. Wyra Burster, sure. Dryden to 3, that's Pog. Change of Heart to 3, sure. Inclusion back to 3, yeah, it wasn't really doing anything anyway. Snatch Steal, Stake Your Soul. Yeah, I mean, like, overall, this is a really good ban list. I think that they did a really good job. You know, grade A to Konami for this one. I think this was really good for them. Not a whole lot here to complain about, honestly. I think that they did a stellar job. Obviously, not as much of a hit to the Mitsurugi deck as I would like, but I understand why they didn't. Really hitting the hammer on Yummy, hitting the hammer on Draco Tail, and also onto Mitsurugi with the Habakiri to 1. Again, it doesn't change too much, but it definitely is a very interesting list, and it's definitely what we needed. This is what the last one should have been. I'm definitely very interested to see how this will affect new decks. I do think that Dark Greffer being at 3 for Orcus is really cool, and we'll probably still see like Mitsurugi Orcus in some way, shape, or form. Crystron probably won't be very good now. It still could be. We still have 3 chaotic elements, so having 3 inclusion now is pretty fire. I didn't really think that deck got hurt too much. Less copies of Jokul, but more copies of chaotic elements. I think that deck will probably be fine. Yeah, Crystron will probably still be a contender now. Because they got 3 inclusion again, but you only really needed 1 to combo with, so I don't know if that really matters. And then the Rosin and the Staker Soul back to 3. I mean, people are still going to try to play this as a deck. I still think that it's very playable, which is very funny. Like, yeah, you have 1 Jokul and 1 Halisu, but you have 3 Stake and 3 Rosin now, so, like, the deck's just still playable, you know? Like, they weren't going to kill Canine cards, but, I mean, they're still very strong for what they can do. 1 Ketu and 1 Malulu is very funny. Although I think that 1 Ketu does suck, I think the deck is still very fine. We'll have to wait and see. It's a very interesting list, but again, you know, props to Konami. I don't really think that anything here is necessarily bad or something that I would deem as a problem. Definitely addressing some issues here. I think the Arclight band was just the one we were waiting for. That's the biggest one here, and that's one that I'm very excited to see. I don't think we'll see very much pure Yummy anymore. I don't think that's very viable now, but we'll have to wait and see. Let me know what you think down below about the ban list, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Later.